I put together this video to give my initial impressions of the new Blackmagic DaVinci Resolve mini panel. Many thanks to Melrose Mac for providing me with an evaluation panel. They're a great company here in Los Angeles, and they're currently selling the panel if you're looking for one. They have all kinds of Blackmagic gear, so if you're looking for something local, they've got a ton of options. Some initial impressions: the panel is really heavy. It feels like a solid piece of hardware. It's about 24 pounds. I connected it easily via the USB 3 input and a power supply. The trackballs feel great. They're just like the advanced panel. As many have said, they're a little bit smaller. The wheels feel extremely smooth with a good amount of weight to them. Overall, I found that it was organized really well where each of the buttons were in the different zones. I sometimes found myself forgetting what mode I was in, whether I was in primary, log, or offset. And when a mode is enabled, a backlight is slightly brighter. Some of the things that I really like about it are their visual cues instead of text. So if you're in the window mode, there's shapes or curves that will tell you what tool is available. One really big thing is that you can use the panel to adjust curves, which on the Element is the main panel that I've been using. You didn't have the ability to do that. In general, you don't need to page through a lot of menus. Everything is available at the same time, so you don't feel like you have to go through and tap through a bunch of menus to figure out where the tool is that you need. Another thing that was missing from the Element are the RGB mixer controls. However, red and green fit on one page and blue is on the second, which it would have been nice to have 3 screens in that situation. One thing that I really like too is the shape management with the arrows are great. However, it would be nice to see the custom name populated in the panel screen. Currently, the FX and user buttons don't do anything yet, and the top right buttons are all numbered, so it'll be interesting to see where they take the software next. Some of the issues that I had were, unlike the advanced panel, you can't use the trackballs and wheels to move power windows around, which can be a really great and fast way to move your windows around. The buttons that I was really missing from the panel were adding versions or enabling different versions. A big one was there's no button for adding a dynamic. There's going to previous and next keyframes, but not adding a keyframe. There is no outside button. One thing that speeds up your workflow a lot too is the copy previous and second previous grade. That's not on the panel. There's no lightbox button. There's no split screen button or delete node. And one of the biggest ones that I use a lot are there are no memories, so no A through H or storing A through H. But I understand you need to conserve space in order to have a smaller panel, so some of these things, they just could not be enabled because there's no space for them. The good thing is the panel is small enough that you can fit a keyboard in front of it, and I'm hoping at some point someone will make a device to make a slide-out keyboard that fits underneath the panel. Ergonomically, I feel like I have to lean in a lot to press the buttons at the top, whereas the Element that I'm more used to is spread out more horizontally. There are some control knobs that are difficult to see in a darkened room. You usually end up memorizing their location, but initially it was difficult to find where all those buttons were. Overall, I think that the trackballs and wheels are really worth the price of admission. If you only got the micro panel for that reason, I think that you're getting a great deal. If that would be the only reason you want a panel to have better trackballs, I would go for the micro along with a keyboard and maybe pair it with an X keys controller or a tangent BT panel. Overall, I was very impressed with it. I like the panel a lot, and I'm sure I could get a lot of work done with it. Again, thanks to Melrose Mac for the loaner panel, and hope to do more of these hardware reviews in the future.